Alright, welcome to game one of Operation Sting. First opponent I matched up against was against John Stentz. I played him at Bug Eater. He plays a Gurkha army. He is a very methodical player. He's always at the top boards at the end of the thing, so it's a great test to start off the game. We pulled this board. It's got this road, kind of triple roads off and a crossroads in the middle. The mission is to get double envelopment, so get units off the board, or to get them in the deployment zone, or 1 point for killing a unit. So yeah, my best object I'm going to try to do is get off the board. This is his list here. He's got his objective mark in the middle there, so it doesn't look like that's going to come into play this game. But he's got the AEC Mark II, so it's got the medium anti-tank gun, coaxial medium machine gun. He's got the Sherman there with the 75 HE gun. I think 2 squads of Gurkhas, 2 trucks, a Bren carrier for a 5-man regular squad. And he's got 2, I think, inexperienced squads, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure he gave me an army list. He's also got I think that's a medium howitzer with a spotter, and he has a sniper. So yeah, I gotta attack this game here. I can't make any mistakes. So the way we do deployment is everything that's going to be on the board, you just draw out randomly, and you place. Or wait, how was it? I don't know. Yeah, you drew them out randomly and you place them one at a time. So the game starts after deployment, and you'll just kind of have to follow along. I did take a few pictures here and there, so I'll try to intersperse them throughout for some close-up pictures. So enjoy. I don't know how good the audio quality is. We're going to find out. Alright, so just going to narrate. The video volume was horrible. So we've got deployment gone already. I got the first dice before I turned my camera on. I had a truck parked on the road with 2 6-man squads in it. I drove them straight down the road and right off the board, scoring 9 victory points. John was like, "Oh man, rats." So then you can't come on the board and go off the same turn. The rest of our stuff is in reserves. So I know I have to make sure I keep that from happening, because he's got 2 trucks with squads in it off the board. He does have his Bren carrier on the board already. So then I'm just shooting some, I'm moving up and putting some fire down. I think I'm needing 7s. They got this stone wall running right along this road here. That's the other thing too with vehicles, wheeled vehicles, is you can see there's nowhere to drive. Look at all these hedges and fences and obstacles, so really difficult. The only place to really drive effectively is down the road. So I mean, you can come up into this field in the middle, but you're not getting off the board. And I don't want to get that close to his Gurkhas. I thought about driving down and advance, because that's right on the 12-inch mark. I could have advanced down, hopped out, shot up his medium machine gun, shot up his mortar. But then Gurkhas would be coming in on turn 2, and my stuff would be dead. So I depleted my list, 2 combat units and a truck right off the bat. But I'm up 9 points. So now I have to hold on. I know I need to block the road, otherwise John's going to do the same thing to me. And then John starts ranging in. He's got a medium mortar and a medium howitzer. So I had moved up and done some shooting. That's my veteran squad. They're in the field. I got a medium machine gun back here. It looks like we're about to start turn 2, and I would speed this up a little faster in some of these parts, but when I do, the voiceover narration gets a little bit choppy. So just gonna have to kind of cruise along at this speed. It's not too bad, but pass an order check on turn 2 to bring in a regular squad, and I just kind of run him here. I don't want him getting too crazy with his vehicles. I kind of don't like being exposed there, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, we couldn't drive. I couldn't like drive my other truck, on a run and just drive it from one board to board. You can't come on the board and leave. And I don't want to be sitting too far down there too early. But I kind of blocked the road for my own truck. Probably wasn't the best call. Probably should have waited on that and then seen what he did, and I could have brought that truck up and then either went left on a turn or right down one of the other roads, and then my assault engineers could have really picked apart a couple squads and worked their way off the board. So in hindsight, I think that was a mistake, but he's got a tank and armored car off the board. I mean, I can't do it too soon. Yeah, but I would call that a error. I was kind of thinking, I got this big open field right here. If I just get my assault engineers along that stone wall there, they could probably hold out for about 3 turns with a flamethrower to keep the Gurkhas away. But yeah, I've lost my medium machine gun over here from a mortar hit, and then he's just got that regular 5-man squad kind of working their way up there. He's they're more of, I think, just John using for a distraction. If they can pick off of somebody or maybe get a pin on somebody, that's good. They're small enough where people ignore them, but large enough where they present a target, and rather have bullets flying at them in the hard cover than his more valuable stuff. It's a good technique to use. I tend to somehow, my 6-man squads, whenever I take them, they always seem to get shot to hell so soon they don't help at all. Here comes my light mortar. He comes in. He has a 24-inch range, so he's going to plunk a fire towards those guys and missed. And then he pulls his medium mortar out and targets my veterans with the 2 light machine guns. And I'm on a fire order, so I can't even go down or anything. Here comes his Bren carrier, comes up and sprays some shots, misses. Yeah, the indirect. Here comes the tank. He's going to come on an advance down the road. So that's kind of scary. He's going to fire a main gun, the HE shot at my guys, and it's just basically movement, and he rolls a 1. So he misses, so whew. I did get the tank at least on the board, so I know where it's going to be. But I guess I could have probably figured out it would be a likely spot. I did have an anti-tank gun back here behind where that squad is on the road. I had an anti-tank gun there, but he hit it with a 6 on the first round and killed it with a howitzer. So I did have an anti-tank gun there, but it's destroyed early on, like in his first move. So now he's got an armored car. He's got a couple squads of Gurkhas off the board. Yeah, because if you look at that, my Panzer Grenadiers could have come in on the road on a truck on an advance. You can go 24 inches. I mean, that would get them to the crossroads. So that wouldn't do too much. Or maybe a little past the crossroads. Might be too scary. But then they could have hopped out and try to hit that Sherman with Panzerfaust, or just go to the right where he's got like a truck with some regulars in it, or yeah, some regular inexperienced squad in a truck. He's got 2 inexperienced squads, 10-man squads, and he's got them in the trucks, and the Gurkhas on foot, because he was worried. The trucks are veteran. He was worried that they would fail. So I do come out with the Pioneers here, kind of thinking, if I hold this center and just delay, I'll keep my 9-point advantage, and that's the idea. And I get really lucky with a bunch of long-range submachine gun shots, and I pick off a couple guys and cause a pin there. So I still have my AA truck in reserve. There's snapping some pictures there. Let me take a look and see what those are. Here comes a truck with the inexperienced squad in it, and they're just kind of tooling along behind the thing there. Must have a medium machine gun in there, so he tries to spray some shots but misses. Yeah, he does have medium machine guns. Here's my lieutenant. And I come out there to get a couple submachine gun shots on that, and then I remember after he shoots at me, he's got a sniper over there. The sniper's what killed my medium machine gun team, and it's like, oh, that's stupid. Should have just stayed in the truck. But if you can't be good, be lucky sometimes maybe. So I'll just cross my fingers and hope he doesn't kill me. Here I'm going to just drive this thing on advanced order, 9 inches, and I'm going to hit this Bren carrier. I thought about trying to shoot the Gurkhas, but they have hard cover movement long range, so I'm just going to fire at that thing. I pepper it with one hit or so, but I don't kill it. So I immobilized it actually, so it's not going anywhere. But need to pick that order dice up for a point, and would be nice to just have it destroyed because it does have a light machine gun on it. Just some quick snapshots. This is the beginning board overview. You can see lots of challenging terrain for wheeled vehicles. Probably should have capitalized on the roads a little more. Here's the beginning of the game deployment. I got my main machine gun there before I got sniper. The sniper's right by John's hand right there. I was just telling you I'd move that lieutenant out there. Here's my other sniper machine gun on the right hand side. This is the truck that drives off the board. This goes straight down the road, takes a right curve, and drives right off the board. Here's this. This is about turn 2, with right before the Bren carrier moves, and then I immobilize it. And this Gurkha's back there. There's the sniper right by that building. Here's this tank when it came in and fired at me. Movement, long range, soft cover. So fortunately he missed with his HE shot. Here is early deployment. You can see his spotter. He hasn't deployed yet there. This is beginning of the game. And then I think one last picture here. This is right after my pioneers came out and started spraying those guys with submachine guns. So, alright, there's the pictures. And we'll get back to the video action. So, continuing on. I think I shot maybe my medium machine gun team on the far right over there and hit that squad. He is targeting for an artillery barrage. So, that is not good. He hits me on a freaking 6 with the howitzer. That sucks. Killed everybody in the unit because I had them all globbed up, but it probably wouldn't have helped with that small size of a unit. But yeah, that hurt because that was my left flank. I thought that they could sit and just, with that Bren carrier down, I thought I could sit and just dog those Gurkhas the whole way. So now my AA truck is my left flank, and it's quite a good left flank, but I'm sitting in basically soft cover at the moment. Half my vehicle is in this woods, and then I got this fence I'm on top of. Well, I'm not worried about that because there's a wall all the way across there, and we had said before the game that would, tracking across the feature would. So here I move my truck up. He missed my lieutenant with this sniper, thank goodness. I come up and I spray some medium machine gun fire, and I'm able to hit the sniper, but I don't kill anyone. Darn it. So yeah, so back to my AA truck. It's like, I know he's got an armored car that's going to come in. He's going to have a movement, probably long range where I'm at right now, and then hard cover. So I'm pretty safe. So if I could just stay here, but I don't. I start to get crazy. I'll tell you about it when we get to it. But so it's basically, you know, what's going on with this. Sherman is the name of the game right now. I'm trying to. I leave like my squad up over there on the right. I don't want to move too soon because I won't be able to go down if he fires HE at me. I want my pioneers or assault engineers to be able to respond. They're a little farther away than where I'd probably want them to be. His medium machine gun just advances across the road. He'd moved across the road before, and he moves up in the edge of those things. There's a tall section of hedgerow, kind of the one next to the Bren carrier, that we can't see over. We said we can't see over that. And then here comes the armored car, long range, movement, hard cover, misses. So that's good. He almost did. He rolled a 6 followed by a 5. He needed a super 6. He rolled a 6 followed by a 5. So that he tried to get me close. So, you know, I should just sit here, and because he's wheeled, he can't come over that obstacle. So I'm in a totally safe spot. Here comes the Sherman though, and I'm thinking, and then he turns him to the side. I could come up and press for a side shot, but at long range, it still can't hurt it. I don't think he's not thin side. I think he still has always easily catch fire, but sprays my Pioneers with his guns and his HE shot, and I just stay up, cross my fingers because his movement. He's a regular, so movement and hard cover, and he misses me. And then he's got his truck coming down the road, and he sprays some medium machine gun at my squad. So here comes my Pioneers. I could probably shoot a Panzerfaust. I'm afraid to do. I have 2 Panzerfausts in there, a flamethrower and a Sturm pistol. I don't want to fire the Panzerfaust at that long range though, because I might miss. And it's normally a 3, move 4, long range 5, 2 shots needing a 5, so I don't do it. And then my lieutenant scampers behind the truck for protection from the sniper. Over here on the left, I don't know if I've activated or not yet my AA gun. I thought about doing a couple different things, but I think I end up just shooting the Bren carrier to finish it off, take the order dice out. I advance and turn, and I'm thinking, oh, I could shoot that Staghound, and it's like I start to pull the tape measure, and I'm like, wait, I'll be at range. So I think I did measure, and John held me accountable, which he should. I think I've measured, and I thought, oh wait, I can't hurt that thing at long range. And he's like, well, you measured, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I threw the dice. I don't remember. John's a good player, very, very cordial. I mean, very by the book, and I like that because you always know where you're at. Here comes some Gurkhas. They're in the hard cover there, but he's gonna, I think, try to shoot me and put a pin on me. So I like this matchup. I don't like that Staghound. And oh yeah, I moved up there, right? And I'm like, after I did it, as soon as I did it, I'm like, I'm just going on. Probably John didn't want to hear it. I went on and on for how stupid of a maneuver that was. No matter what I shot, whether I killed the Bren carrier, I don't think I did. I see pin markers on it. It was so dumb because I put myself at short range to his medium anti-tank gun. So where he needed a 6 to hit me, now he needs a 5. I'm like, oh man, that's just so stupid. And I don't need to be closer to those Gurkhas. It ain't gonna make any difference. I don't know what I was thinking. Honestly, I think I was thinking, well, if I maneuver and I can keep working off to the left, that I can get out of his field of fire, and he won't be able to really drive too much with those. So I pull the first dice next turn, and I panic, and I drive up there, and I turn, and I'm gonna fire at I think the Gurkhas. Oh no, the Bren carrier. I kill it. So now I'm like, well, at least I've got some infantry in between us, right? I don't know what I'm thinking. I've got nothing to support my AA gun. So the Gurkhas could just move out of the way or come at me. He's not manning the wall, so he can't charge me this turn. He can only go 6 inches. But boy, talk about putting myself in harm's way, right? When I could have just sat back there and plugged away. I don't know what I was thinking. I made a bad play, and then what I did is I compiled another bad play on top of it. So here's the gamble. I throw an order dice on my Pioneers, Assault Engineers, and I say, screw it. I come out, and I'm shooting that thing. I don't have enough to get to the side. I'm shooting in the face. I hit it with the Panzerfaust, and I do kill it. So that is good. But now he's going to be able to react with... he's got a truck. He's got 2 trucks with 2 inexperienced squads in them. So he's going to come up, and he's going to be able to get multiple pins on me. But again, I'm just stalling. So I'm not worried about inexperience wiping me out in a turn. If I can I mean, I'm up this turn, so I can't go down. But I was more worried about the tank hitting me with an AT shot and devastating my squad. So, you know, it is what it is. And now that the tank's destroyed, that's good. Here do come the Gurkhas. They are not afraid of an AA truck to the face. And they're going to put a pin on me. I cleared my other one. And he's got him just far enough where he's got a 1-inch shot still at me with his armor car. Here, let's zoom in a little bit because there's nothing back in the corner. So it's getting really intense. Again, I'm up by quite a bit, and that's a Gurkha squad just working their way down the field. I got a medium machine gun over there, but I've had it on ambush a lot to keep a truck from driving down here to get really close to my squad. So it's still on ambush, and I don't want to turn it and fire it at some Gurkhas where I need to track across a hard cover and really not do anything to them. I don't mind that squad so much. I will run away from it when they get closer if I have to. Here he checks with the laser pointer, and you can see he still needs like a 5, and scores he misses, so that's good. But now it's I'm thinking, oh god, I gotta throw my first dice on this AA truck. So if I fail, which will be fine, I will reverse 4.5 inches backwards, and he won't be able to charge me because I'll make it across that hedgerow. But I got pioneers in a freaking crossroads, and here's where I make a huge blunder. I advance these guys off of the road onto the other side of this hedgerow. It must have been those Gurkhas I was worried about. I make a error, because John, you can't make mistakes against John, and he will capitalize in a heartbeat. I don't have my medium machine gun on ambush. I went down to protect it from something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, it wasn't on ambush, I don't believe. And John's at this point. John's just waiting for an order dice because he knows I made a mistake. And I hit them with a light mortar. So my light mortar scored a hit. Put a pin on, trying to help my AA gun out. And then here's John. Got me. Drives down, takes a left, drives off with the squad in it. So now he's got 2 units off the board. So now it's 6-9 as far as off the board. He has scored at least a medium machine gun team. I think that's the only thing dead. I haven't killed any order dice of his as of yet. Oh, the tank. I did kill the tank. Now here I switched. I ran out of memory card on my first memory card during game 1. So I had it on too high of a setting. So I changed the setting and changed the memory card. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm not going to have enough memory card for the tournament if this is the case. So I scaled it down a bit, and I think that's what I did here. Changed the setting because it looks a little poorer. But here I have a regular squad that had failed to come in before. And on any of those order dice that I had, I could have moved them into the roadway and just blocked the road. Or I could have left that squad that was there. That was so dumb. So dumb. So anyway, I got this squad coming in, and I don't know what they're planning to do. I should have just ran them up behind that truck into that center courtyard. Or just come down the road. He's got an inexperienced squad who comes up and shoots at my pioneers. I got a picture of that here. There's an inexperienced that popped out across from my pioneers. And he shoots at me needing like normally a 3, move 4, inexperienced 5, and point blank 4, no cover, and he misses with every shot. Didn't even do a pin to me. So he's like, that's bad. So next dice, I can probably kill them, and you can see we're picking the dice up here now. If I get the first dice, I'm going to assault that inexperienced squad, because then I'll be able to clean up that medium machine gun team, and then I'll be able to, his Gurkhas could kill my truck, I don't care, because I'll score 3 or 4 dice, and then I'll be able to go off the board. So he gets first dice, charged me as inexperienced. I think, I'm okay, and all his poor shooting, he rolled like 7 5s and 6s. So that poor shooting, I was like, Oh, no. I thought out of like 10 attacks, he would kill 3. I would have 5 attacks back, killing on 3s with Tough Fighter. And then he gets the next dice. So it's a super turn for John. He assaults my truck. I haven't moved yet, so he's hitting on 4s. So he gets like 4 hits, and then he rolls like a 3, matches my armor. Then you're auto dead for open top. That's a common misconception. It's not get a hit on a open top and it's dead automatically. That's not the rule. The rule is if you score damage, you don't roll on the chart. It's just dead. I heard many people at the tournament go, "Oh, I hit you. It's dead." That's not the rule. It's if you score damage. But he did. He did it. John knows the rule, and he did it just the way he needs to. So that was a humongous turn for John. Order dice came out his way. I would have sacrificed the AA truck to kill that inexperienced squad. When he charged me, I still thought I was going to win. I was Pioneers. He's hitting me on the 5s mathematically. I think if we did that over and over again, I would have at least took that squad down to. I didn't get even a chance to swing back. Those guys, they had those old-fashioned rifles with the bayonets attached to them, and you can't fire or something. So now he's on a roll of dice coming out because he's pulling my dice out of the bag as, so get advantage John's totally gone his way. Now I'm in like, oh crap mode. I got a regular squad back here behind this hedgerow doing nothing. I'm like, oh god, I gotta score some order dice. I've got nobody near to get into his deployment zone. My truck is trapped by a wall. He's trying to hit it with a mortar. And does on a 6. Another order dice out of the bag. He's racking them up this round. He's racking them up. It's like a pool shark. He needs a 6 on that unit, and he scores a freaking 6, and he hits him. So it's like the man is on fire. If we were in Vegas, he would be way ahead. So I'm like, oh my lord, what happened? What happened to my plans? You can see it's all busting loose now. I've got a medium machine gun on the right. My squad is dead from a 6 from a medium howitzer. My other squad is just chilling behind this woods. I've got a light mortar, a lieutenant, and a squad, and a medium machine gun on the far right. And it's turn 5. So the squad's gonna run. I mean, I got to get them. I can't do anything to those Gurkhas, and those Gurkhas aren't going to be able to get to my deployment zone if it ends on turn 6. So, because they've got to advance over several obstacle walls. So I'm like, I got to get over here to try to stop those inexperienced. So, yeah. His Gurkhas on the far right are going to most likely make it in. So my lieutenant's in desperation mode, braving sniper fire, and he comes out and he puts a pin on the inexperienced, or the truck. I'm trying to take an order dice. So he hits the truck. Here comes these Gurkhas. Walking over. It's turn 6 now, so those Gurkhas are there. I'm pretty sure they're in our deployment zone because when I deployed, that hedgerow was 12 inches. So I'm like, that's 2 points for him. We're at time here. Basically, we know that this is going to be the last turn, and we weren't playing slowly. It's just 1,250 points with the pull out of the bag type of deployment. That's almost like a whole other turn. So we're looking at this is like turn 7 time wise in a 1,250 point game, 2.5 hours. Here comes these Gurkhas. They're not going to be able to make it to the deployment zone, but they can try to stop me from doing anything. Shoots at my light mortar. I stay up. He hits me, but doesn't kill me. And so I've got 2 pins on me, which doesn't matter as long as I activate. Here he's got some kind of mortar team walking up. So here comes the inexperienced, and they're running for the deployment zone. And I know that hedgerow's 12 because that's where I deployed. And I'm like, crap. Crap doodly doo. I got to kill them. Got to kill him. And I'm firing. I was in an ambush. So I'm firing through that clearing right there, right? As they're running through. And I roll awesome. But not quite awesome enough. Because I didn't kill a single one with my assault engineers. So he didn't force a check. He's got 1 pin on him. He's got 6 guys left. Here comes the truck. John doesn't quite know where the 12 inches is, but they make their check and they come up. Here comes a machine gun team. I think he thinks they're in. I know that they're not. But he's just mobbing, running for the deployment zone. And so it's up to my light mortar. I pass my order check. I plunk around. I roll a freaking 6. Woohoo! I hit the inexperienced squad. They're all globbed in there. So I hit 4 of them. And I kill 3. John fails his check. And I destroy them in my deployment zone. So we check the rules. And we score it all up. He had 2 units get off the board for 6 points. He's got 1 in my deployment zone for 8. He's got a lot more order dice. So we added up. And we are less than a point apart. And we end up with a draw. That was a huge game. John freaking rallied that in that last term. Even though I let those 2 escape, which kind of was stupid on my part. Should have made him fight for it at least. And then, oh, this is interesting. We have these secret. There were 6 cards. You had to use 1 card per match. So there's one that you were not going to use. I had picked. You couldn't use in this one. You couldn't use get off the board edge or touch the board edge. There's certain ones you can use in certain events, but you could pick from multiples. I chose. What did I choose? I don't remember what I chose, but I scored mine. I was able to get mine. Darn it, I don't remember what it was now. But those were huge because I know at Adepticon there was nobody got all wins, and this was a scoring system: 20 for a win, 12 for a draw, and 7 for maybe 5 for a loss. So those 5 bonus points, you could get 5, 3, or 1, or 5, 3, and 0 depending on the card. Those are super important. So I got my 5 bonus points. So I ended up with a set score of 17. So somebody who won a game and didn't get theirs, there's only 20 points. So I'm pretty happy with that. It would have been great to get the win against John. John's an awesome player, very skilled, very talented. As you can see, he can't make mistakes. The dice started really coming out his favor. He had more order dice than me because that's one of the things. I had 3 off the board right off the bat. And so he had a huge dice advantage. He had more than me in the beginning. Big dice advantage, and he picked off some of my stuff, got more advantage, and went on a roll. So that was it was an intense game. This battle right here really sucked. I thought that was a huge pivotal one. I could have won that, and I could have got him. And then my light mortar saved the day. Woo, light mortar. So it saved a draw. Never good when you're relying on miracle luck to save a game when you were doing real well. But I will take a draw with the max 5 points for a score of 17. I will take that first round. So I'm getting ready to go into the second round. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope this video turned out alright. And I'll see you on the next video.